Hi everyone, welcome to another headphone.ph review. Today we have a noise canceller up for review. This is the Bose noise cancelling headphone 700 from Bose. It's their top of the line noise cancelling headphone. It retails for 26,550 pesos locally and is available via Alexis Marketing, which is the company that sent this headphone and the QC35 for review. So this headphone is an over-ear noise cancelling wireless headphone that is marketed mostly for flights, for travel, basically the type of device that you would want to wear to cancel out noise. It's also used for office environments and some things like that. The headphone itself is a pretty interesting looking headphone. I would say it is divisive in how it looks. Obviously, the Bose QC35 is a well-known headphone, and that one has a more subtle, understated look. Whereas this one, is kind of the same, but it's definitely not the typical look of a headphone. It comes with this kind of compact box here. It's bigger than QC35, but it's I think it's less thicker, and it's a decent box. All in all, the carry case is a hard-sided carry case, which is pretty nice. It's a little large than normal, and the reason for that is because the headphone doesn't have any folding mechanism. It does fold flat, but you can't really fold it to make it into a smaller form factor. The accessories inside this case are a 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter headphone jack if you want to use it in passively with wires, and then there's this USB Type-C charger, which is nice. Interestingly, it doesn't come with an airline adapter, which the QC35 comes with, so that's something I find to be interesting. The build quality of this headphone is quite good. Contrary to the all plastic QC35, this one has this stainless steel headband and silicone foam padding here in the bottom part of the headband. There is also this rubber at the top that is helpful for grip, and the ear cups themselves have a protein leather padding. It's very plush, and has this very big openings here that can easily fit your ears. It's a true over-ear headphone, in case you're wondering about that. The adjustment here is a little weird in that most headphones you're able to adjust it in this headband part, whereas this one, it is adjusted from the ear cups itself. So you have to pull it like this, and then you basically push it to put it back in its normal position. It's as I said, it's a little weird. I think it doesn't inspire ruggedness because it's attached to this ear cup, but only time can tell. I have not seen any reports of it breaking after some periods of time, so that's something that you'll eventually have to figure out for yourself. It comes with 3 buttons. The left button on the left ear cup is the noise cancelling levels button, and also a conversation mode button, similar to how you can basically invert the microphone so you can hear outside surroundings. On the right ear cups, there is a voice assistant button for Google Assistant, for Alexa, and things like that, which can be set up through the app. And the other button is the on and off button for pairing it with a Bluetooth device. So this headphone is a very comfortable headphone because of the soft materials and the large ear pad opening. It's you're easily able to wear it, and as I said, it's a true over-ear headphone, and I really didn't feel any discomfort after using this for an entire day working. So that comfort for me is a big plus for this headphone. Like most headphones, this has some kind of touch control located in its right ear cup. So the way it works is the right part here, you can swipe it up to increase the volume, swipe it down to decrease the volume, forward to skip forward, and vice versa. It's a good functionality, like a lot of noise canceling headphones do it nowadays. So and I didn't find any issue. It also has its Android and iOS app that you can install, so you can take advantage of some more features and for pairing the app to your various devices. Onto the noise canceling capabilities, I find Bose has been an industry standard for this type of headphones for quite some time now, and this one is actually no different. It's a very good noise canceling headphone. It's able to cancel out noise better than some of the other ones I've reviewed on the site, and it's because it's able to really block out a lot of the low frequency rumblings as well as some other frequencies above that. I did find that the levels here are also pretty accurate. If you have the app, it has 11 levels of noise cancellations, so I don't think people would actually use all of them, but it gives you ample options to decide which one works best for you. If you don't have an app, it just has 3 options, namely high, low, and off, and I find myself just using the high cancellation by default. Battery life is also pretty good with this. Bose advertises a 20-hour battery life. I find that I'm able to get an estimate of roughly 14 to 16 hours, not continuous, but obviously I was able to use it for an entire week almost without charging, so that's something that's good to have in a noise cancelling headphone. So onto the sound. Because this is a noise cancelling headphone, the main mode here is the wireless mode, which has noise cancelling, and quite frankly, I didn't find the signature to be changing regardless of the levels of noise isolation or cancellation, which is good. A lot of the headphones I think tend to increase the bass when you increase the noise cancelling level, and fortunately this isn't the case with this one. As for the sound, it's a very balanced sound signature. I would say it's warm and bright at the same time. Definitely not the typical house sound for noise cancelers, which is bassy and like dark sounding. This one's like my impression with this is it's fairly like trying to be balanced. It has good bass presence, a decent mid range, and treble that is slightly bright. The main problem in the tonal balance for me is the mid-range is a little uneven from middle mid-range to upper mid-range and lower treble. So the middle mid-range is recessed, and then the upper mid-range is not significantly, but is accentuated. So it tends to have that kind of like boxy vocals on some tracks. It's not present on a lot of tracks, but you're able to hear it when listening to this and comparing it to like normal sealed headphones. The treble is, because the lower treble is accentuated, it gives that kind of brightness to it. It's the actual texture is more of smooth out, but it still retains some harshness just a little harshness that can come up with some of the recordings. So as a whole, the tonality is it's got good bass. The mid range is a little uneven, and the treble is a little bright. But overall, it's not really offensive. I didn't find it like hard to listen to. For me, it's not a major flaw. Soundstage is actually pretty good with this headphone. For a headphone of this type, I find myself like whenever I put this on and compare it to the QC35, for instance, QC35 is more intimate sounding, so the stage is like normal sealed headphones, whereas this one, it seems to be more spacious than the QC35 and other noise cancelling headphones that I've tried. Whether that's because of the larger ear cups or driver size or just the sculpted frequency response, I don't really know, but that's my impression with it. The wired active mode, basically, if you have it on wired, you have the wires, but then you still have the headphone turned on. It's very similar to the wireless mode, with the small difference of having a little less bass and slightly more treble because the bass is less. But generally the sound is quite different. Also, one thing to note is if you have it in wired mode, or if you don't have it in wireless mode, you're not going to be able to use the touch controls, so which I find to be interesting, but I guess that's something that they've designed to save battery life. You can thankfully also use this headphone even without, if the battery dies, or you don't have any charge, you can use it with just the wire. But the problem is the sound is not good at all. So I think this is the weakness of most noise cancelling headphones, because a lot of times they don't, like I've read that they don't really focus on making the driver behave well, because they know they can make corrections in the internal DSP of this headphone, and that seems to be the case here, where the mid-range is even worse, and then the treble is bright and the bass is just quite loose. So most Bose headphones are recommended because of their noise cancelling capabilities. So I think by if you've reached this part of the review, you probably have an idea of how this headphone is evaluated. I would say that this definitely comes highly recommended because it gets the job done and it doesn't have any major flaw in its sound signature. But the difference between now and before is, before there's not a lot of headphones that do a good job of canceling noise and sounding decent, but today there's a lot of there's more in the competition, namely the Sonys. I think the Surface Pro headphones as well. There are some Sennheisers that do a good job, maybe not as good as this one, but also Bose makes the QC35, which I feel like is a competitive headphone compared to this because it's cheaper. Maybe it's got inferior build quality, but as a whole it can be a preferable headphone compared to this one. There's going to be a review of that soon, but for me, I prefer the sound signature of that to this one, but it's a matter of preference really. So that's it for this review of the Bose noise cancelling headphone 700. What are your thoughts with this headphone? Do you own a pair, or would you like to get one? If you have any questions or want to share your thoughts, feel free to sound off in the comment section below. Subscribe if you like this video, thumbs up, visit headphone.ph for the text version of this review.